Well, hello viewers and welcome to the Woke Africa show. Welcome to another live edition. And I'm just waiting for you guys to come online. But I think we have a very interesting topic today. Um, so health experts the world over are shocked um, about the low rate of Ebola in Africa. And my question is, why should why should they not be happy? Hey, Miss Takeo, welcome, sis. I see you. So why are health experts the world over like shocked, surprised that we're living? Why are they surprised? So to date, only three cases of infected, uh, people or infections have been officially recorded. And there was one in Egypt, one in Algeria, one in Nigeria, and with no deaths. Even those people who got it and are in Africa have we've not recorded any deaths. Okay, and this is remarkably small number for the continent of that's what they think, that is a remarkably small number for a continent of 1.3 billion inhabitants. Like, they want us to die so desperately that they're like unpleasantly shocked. Hello, everybody. Welcome online. Welcome. I'm happy to have you here, family. I'm happy to have you here. Okay, Miss Teko says there's been two in Senegal. Okay, so there's recently been two in Senegal. Thank you for sharing that information. And like, they're just questioning everything. Like, they're wondering if it's the the climate. They can't tell if it is our pigmentation. They can't even tell if it's the heat, you know, or what. They just like looking for reasons why we should die. They don't understand why we are not being affected by the corona. Um, if you look around, they're saying that in a study published in the Lancet Medical Journal, on the preparedness and vulnerability of African countries against the importance of COVID-19. Like, guys, they're giving this disease some fancy name, COVID-19, you know, taking lives. And according to their journal, they say, it reads, I'm reading from my phone, it says, an international team of scientists identified Algeria, Egypt, South Africa as most likely to import the new coronavirus cases into Africa. Can you imagine? Yes, it's killing them. It's killing them in droves. And you know what? Instead of saying, oh, well, this disease has not attacked Africa the way we perceived, and that is good news. We are hoping it doesn't get to Africa. They're like doing all the research. They're like, no, but like they don't understand it. You see, people, when I tell you that the ancients are back, I'm not joking. Like, you've got to feel it within it, like in your bones, and like your being. Okay, this is Africa. We are melanated people. I keep saying that we are soil. We are soil, and this is proof of it. You know what? Sometime back, the Chinese, I think Chinese or Japanese doctors, did a research about the young Cameroonian guy who recovered from the coronavirus in China, and according to them, they were amazed to actually find that our genome is somehow hey, welcome guys, everybody online, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to have you here. Ubuntu, the Ubuntu family is awake. That is amazing. It's really good to have you here, guys. So they're saying that they found that our genes, as in black genes, are, you know, resistant. Guys, black gene, our black gene is resistant to the coronavirus. And I think this is a sign, people. This is a sign. This has not happened to us. Miss Teko says it's not luck. Yes, I agree. I agree. I agree. It's not luck. Nature is speaking for us, but well, allegedly, some of the information going around is that um this COVID-19 is somehow a man-made virus that has been, um, how do you call it, manufactured to kill, people, and people are also suggesting that it's some kind of a new world order agenda to reduce the population of the world. Well, for me, I say that I do not have any proof of it, so I would use the word allegedly. But there is something definitely fishy going on here, you know. And I watched this video by a lady, a YouTuber called Project Camelot. And I don't know if any of you has seen Project Camelot, that video. But this lady is talking about the fact that it is okay. Maat, I'm seeing you, and Maat says population control. Yeah, you know. So these are some of the rumors going around allegedly, and I say that, like, as Africans, you see, that's why I'm always hitting on stem, because if a group of people allegedly can manufacture a virus to depopulate the entire globe, and expect we Africans who have, look, you guys, the African people they are the most resilient people I know. If you study our history and where we are coming from, Africans are the most resilient because we have been hit with all kinds of things. We've been hit with diseases that were manufactured in labs and brought to the patented diseases like HIV and all kinds of diseases. So, I mean, it is natural that we have become resilient. Our health systems, our body, our genes have had to be tough. Malaria and all these diseases, we've been fighting that, our systems have been fighting this. And I'm telling you, it's like the fight is within our genes everywhere, because when they took our brothers and sisters from the continent, none of them were spared wherever they went. Where, just imagine when they were done with slavery, after they've used our people to build their economies and they were done with slavery, they needed some place to dump us. They needed some place to dump us. What do you think? What options do you think were off the table? At this point, I'm just saying zero. I see you people. Miss Teko, I love your comments. I love your comments. Miss Teko says it's not luck. It's God's will. So these are some of the things. We have grown resilient. We've become tough. Our DNA, our systems, like, hey family, shouts to the Woke Africa Show family. Shouts to Global Black family. You guys are amazing. Our channel is growing, and I really appreciate your time and your support. So as I'm saying, we have become resilient. We have become resilient through decades and decades of fighting to survive. Our genes have grown stronger, and that is something they cannot understand. No, they should understand. Because when you are affected by these diseases, what does your body do? It builds antibodies. It builds the system to be able to fight and resist these systems. So I want to say shouts to all Africans all over the globe. All over the globe, you guys, let us keep praying. Let us keep being strong. So, I'm just going to go quickly over what is going on, what is trending in the COVID-19 kind of way. Okay, Madina, hey, I see you. Madina says the first, the strongest, the most enlightened, the connected, the supreme. Yes, the most high is keeping us strong and alive. It's the will of the most high that we live and prosper. And the prosperity of Africa is inevitable. The prosperity of the continent is inevitable. You see, if you go on my channel, I actually posted a video, sorry. I actually posted a video. Hello, I'm on live. Can I call you back? I'm on live. Can I call you back? Thank you. Okay. Sorry. I got a call. It was important, so I had to answer. But like I'm going to tell you some of the things that are trending, just to guard ourselves against these things. Okay, what is going around now is that Africa used to use chloroquine a lot because of the malaria that we have that was plagued with the continent. So we use chloroquine a lot, and it's been said the World Health Organization and all these prophets of doom, they're saying that chloroquine is like strong against the disease, and doctors battling the diseases in China and in Japan are kind of like reinforcing that notion. So chloroquine is very strong. I'm hearing that it's very strong against the disease. Secondly, I'm also hearing that highly no, stop. I'm also hearing that oxygen, is also good against the virus. So you can have some oxygen, and tuck it away somewhere, because you never know. As they're researching why we are not getting sick, and we are not dying by the troops against the virus, um whilst they are researching, you never know. You never know. That's why I say that we must, in times like this, we must pull out our instruments. We must pull out our instruments of power. Okay? We must learn to call on our ancestors once more. We must learn to call on our ancestors. We must learn to kind of like communicate with the spiritual, with the supernatural. As Medina says, we must learn to call on the first, the strongest, the most enlightened, the connected, and the supreme, the all-powerful force of nature. This force runs through us as Africans. It does. We are the people of the soil. I'm telling you, it is not accident that we are melanated. It's not accident that we are the brown, the black, and the red-skinned people. It's not by accident. So we must return to our instrument of power that is within us, our instrument of power that unites us. The Ubuntu spirit is a spirit that would network us. I mean, guys, if you haven't researched what Ubuntu means, what Ubuntu is about, I think you should, because it's the common thing. It's the thing that makes me see an African from any part of the globe and call the person my sister or my brother whilst we haven't even met. You know, it's the thing that, you know, our oppressors don't understand about our nature and about who we are. Because Ubuntu sustained us. Ubuntu is the language of the Supreme. Okay, I'm going to read a few comments because, guys, I want to, you know, let your voice be heard. So please, if you have any contribution, comment, and I'll definitely read it and let, you know, people also hear what you're saying. So Ma'at is calling on Ma'at says that Africans on the continent's immune system are stronger than Africans abroad. Africans abroad need to go to Africa often to regenerate our bodies. Mama Africa is our energy source. This is a very, very important comment. You know, Black people all over the world, like, guys, I'm telling you, Africa is our source. Africa is our source. Africa is our source. And we must never be afraid of the mother that birthed us. All over the world, Africa is our source. So coming home is not a thing you do. It's not a thing in vogue. It's not something about passion. You know what? You just follow the life of ES. Because, I mean, she's the only, and then the Black Unicorn. These are the two um, Black people from the diaspora who have come to Africa and have tried to assimilate into the African culture and have decided to go through the African challenges and, you know, get immersed, get baptized, you know, into you know, the culture. And I'm telling you, there's so many experiences that will change you, will metamorphose you and bring you back to the bosom of Gaia. Hey, okay. Miss Teko says, have anyone heard of any person of color getting this disease? Yes, please. um if you've heard of any person of color getting this disease, let me know, because I haven't heard of any. And I'm telling you, you know, when I hear Dr. Mumbi Saraki says that the ancients have risen and they are roaming the continent, going from north to south to center to east and observing and watching their children, you know, this kind of like, Dr. Mumbi is quite spiritual and I like that. And this some of the things that energize me to think. I'm telling you, like, huh, the ancients are back and they are surveying their children all around the globe. They're raising soldiers. They are raising soldiers. And those soldiers, hey, like you and I, we are here. We are talking about it. We are preparing the new generations. You know, I did a video and captioned it the role of Black men in the rise or reawakening of Africa. And I'm telling you that it is within us as a people to recognize and hear the voice of that. This is a huge sign. Okay, let me read a few of the comments. Mr. Ghost, okay, my aunt says, yes, I'll be there soon. We can't wait to have you. And hey, drop me an email or say hi when you come. And I wouldn't have any problem with you in the motherland. Like, I'm like, yeah. Okay, and then Mr. Teko says in the US, it has the only to guide us. So please switch on your spiritual antenna. You have to research your ancestors. Look, I'm giving you a secret. I need to tell you guys something about myself. So I just found out like a month ago that my ancestors, like my great 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 grandmother, was actually a queen mother who was the queen of a place called Obomi in Kwewu, Eastern region, and she was betrothed to the king of Imprayeso, also Kwewu in the Eastern region. That's my mother's side. And when she left Oboming to come to Imprayeso to marry the king of Imprayeso, um, and the name, wait, let me get the name of this ancestor of mine, and I'm going to teach you something, guys. That I'm going to teach you how you can go back and look for your ancestors and actually speak with them, because they are there. They are there. Their energy, their spirit is still, protecting you. And like for several times, they've actually appeared to my little brother and sometimes to me, but I just didn't understand what I was saying. That we should pray to them. So this is real. This is for real. So I'm going to find the details and share with you. But like what I'm trying to say is that most of us here, we have royal ancestors. Okay, so I've got the list, so I'm going to share with you. So my great great grandmother, who was the queen of Obominkwewu, and came down to marry the king of Empire. So her name was Nana Achema, Nana Hema Achema. So Nana Hema Achema brought an entourage of servants, of wealth, gold, and all of that. And when she was coming to marry the king of Empire, so and gave birth to Princess Ya Efriye, and then Princess Ya Efriye gave birth to Princess Abena Sechiwa, and Nana Kwame Nsiamwa, who also was a prince. And then she also begot Nana Kojo Boateng, who later became the king of Obome. Listen to this. Who later became the king of Obome. And when he became the king, um, established a lot of properties in her mother's kingdom, because her mother has a new kingdom that is in Prayeso. And because he's royal, he's in line for the throne of Obome, so he became the king. So the house that my mom lives in is actually would have been considered a castle or a royal home. It's not would have, it is a royal home. So when I go back to my mom is supposed to be a princess. So my mom, because her mother was her mother's mother, Mami Nyamua, was a direct. Okay, well, she's supposed to be the princess, but from their time, Christianity came, and we forgot, forwent all our royal and our history, and left everything that we know. This uh, um, colonizers came, and everything just went haphazardly, apart. And so from that, if the lineage had continued, my mom could have become a queen, since she's the firstborn child of her mother. And my brothers would have been in line to be kings of Obome. So sometimes when we say we are kings and queens, we are not saying that because we want to give ourselves some props, or we want to promote ourselves or give ourselves some platform that we don't deserve. No, it's because if most of you would trace your lineages, all the way down, you'll be amazed what you find. And I only got interested in tracing my lineage because I've gotten to the point where I want to be communing with my ancestors. So, fam, I think that it's time for us to remember, to go back to our roots. It's time for us to remember who we are as a people. It doesn't matter where you've been displaced. Look, we are all Africans who have been displaced through no fault of ours, through people who thought they could come to our home, enslave us, and take everything that belongs to us. Because do you know the excuse they used? That we are sitting on wealth and we didn't know about it. Really? Really? Hmm. Crafts and um, you know, other art forms that they stole and hid, some in the Vatican, some in Britain, some, dispersed among their kingdoms. What were they made of? The golden stool that they were chasing left and right. The golden stool that they fought the Ashanti kingdom fiercely for. What was it made of? And I hear them talking about we're sitting on gold and we didn't know, we didn't value. Who told you? Our entire cultures have been based on the wealth of our mineral reserves, resources, and that gold being the most prominent out of them. So it's always like pisses me off when I hear them justify the pillaging of the continent as, oh, they didn't know the value of what they had. Well, that is the lie you need to propagate to make yourself feel good, then that's fine, but it's a lie. It remains a lie. So when you see all the artifacts that you stole, the precious stones on the artifacts, what do you think it was? We understand that the land was rich, it was green, it was ripe for growing of food, for our sustenance, for our spirituality. These minerals and resources that we had was essential to our spirituality. So we observed the peace. We observed the peace. It gave us sustenance. It gave us fertility. It made us stronger. They were instruments of power for us, people. I've started studying as who we are. And I'm kind of like, sometimes I get teary from all the wonders, the splendor that we're made of, people. So we need to get back to loving. It's killing them in droves. And one, I haven't heard one, you know, I haven't had one black person get this disease, well, die out of this disease. And even the one that got it recovered and produced antibodies to help them recover. And I don't even see if that is even helping them. So my beef right now is, why are they not happy that we are okay? Why must they be asking why we are okay? Why is the question that we are shocked that the entire African continent is safe? And even the people that gets it on the continent are still white. Why must they ask that question? Why must they not express the joy? Because we're supposed to be one world, aren't we? Africa, this is proof for us that we must rise up. We must rise up, and we must reawakening. Oh yeah, Mr. Ko says yes. Okay, let me read a few of our comments. Clarence Dunn, hey Clarence, welcome, welcome, welcome. Medina says, okay, Mr. Ko says, in the US it has only been with white people. Medina says, the earth is our home. Africa is our throne. Hey, this is powerful. Okay, I want to say, like, read this again. Medina says, the earth is our home, Africa is our throne. And that is 100% for that comment. Clarence says Chinese and Japanese and Indians are people of color. Well, I don't know too much about that, but why are the Chinese in Africa trying to take over? Why are they in Africa pillaging our land through illicit mining, destroying everything they touch? If they are colored people, then they should think home. They shouldn't come to Africa to destroy our resources. They should come to Africa for us to unite and be one. I don't think they are colored people. Just recently, Clarence, I need to bring this on board. Um, well, Clarence, Miss Miss Deco says Clarence is white. But Clarence, if you're white, then I think you're probably on this channel because you believe, everything that we have said about how, what black people has suffered and our thirst and hunger for liberation and for our rights. And you would understand that anyone who is not with us is definitely against us. And that is the truth. That is the truth. So if the Chinese people feel like they're so colored, why do they have a museum in Wuhan displaying black people as animals? Why? If really, oh, let me check my cable, my power supply. If really Chinese people think they are colored, why are they, working against us? Why are they working against us? That's what I don't get. I don't get it. So if Indians feel they are, you know, people of color, why was Mahatma Gandhi a racist? Why was he? Why was he a hero to the white people but was so insensitive to black people? Why? They would always kick us whenever they get the opportunity. I'm not speaking for any race that does not identify with us because our story is different. If you look at our African Americans, our British Africans, like Africans in Argentina, in all these places, the harsh realities that they have to face on a daily basis, I don't think the Chinese face the same. I don't think other brown people face the same. So our story as Black Africans across the globe is very different. Please hold on. I need to read a few more comments. Um, calling on Ma'at says the earth is rebalancing itself. They were not supposed to rule the earth. We are the mothers and fathers of the land. Thanks for that comment. Clarence says the question was asked earlier if anyone knew that people of color had the virus. Okay. All right. So I asked that question. But Clarence, my question is Chinese, the Chinese do not see themselves as people of color. Do you get me? If for anything at all, they feel very good to be racist against us, to call us racist names. A Chinese man went to East Africa, I think Uganda also, and gathered children and wrote on the board, racist, very nasty racist, uh, you know, uh, rhetoric and made these innocent children repeat and dance after it. I don't know if any of you saw it. So people like that, they don't consider themselves colored. They consider themselves white. I'm telling you, yes. And I think their racism is even like is very nasty. I've been traveling and I've met some very terrible people from Asia who were very racist against me. And when you see racism, you see it. Let me read a few of the comments because they are coming in. I don't want to lose you one. Okay. Miss Seko says they never stood with us. Yes, they never. If for anything at all, they have helped the battle with the battle against us. They have never, stood with us ever. Mr. Ko says he meant mankind, not human. Okay. Um, Clarence says you didn't read all the questions. And then Clarence goes on to say, yes, Chinese do not think of themselves as people of color, but white people do. Yes, that is like they've not yet had the wake up call. Thank you for saying this, Clarence. They've not yet had the wake up call. Okay, cause thinking they're white, they're there thinking that they are like superior than we black people. Well, I'm they're going to get the message. What is happening now in the wake of the coronavirus? They are all over pleading for people not to be racist against them because of the virus. But guess what? You are a racist people. And you see, that is it. When in Akan, there's an adage that when you point one finger towards somebody, the rest or the four fingers are pointed back at you. So how does the Chinese feel right now that people are being racist against them because of the coronavirus? How does it feel? Racism in any kind, in any form, is not healthy, is not good. Racism in any form is not good. But you see, it is a conversation that we black people must have. We black people must talk about our realities. And if we talk about our realities and it offends you as a non-black person, then just the feeling that it offends you that we talk about our reality is racism. Let me go to the comments. Um, Miss Teco says, yes, that's true. White. And Clarence says, I'm not talking about racism. I'm talking about labels that white people have labeled other races. Yes, but Clarence is the same thing. Labeling of other races is racism. Okay. Why do they do the labeling? They do the labeling so that they can feel supreme about themselves. Okay. Because when you come to Africa, there are only two labels: Obroni, Obibini. Obroni means somebody who has come from far and not from our land. Obibini is somebody who lives in Ebibrim in the land of Africa. So there are only two, and it is not an insult. It's describing there is okay. So that is how Africans have always viewed the world. We do not have racism in our system. If there are any black racists, they have been taught by the white people. Period. Because in our language, we do not have racism. And I can challenge anybody to go into our history and try to find if we have racism anywhere in our language. It's non-existent. It's not there. We don't call people less. We don't call people. We don't use hateful words to describe people. It's not part of our language. So the labeling is there so other people can feel, superior than other people. Differentiation. Oh, these people are like this, and those people are like that. Oh, we are like this, and they are like that. That is what the labeling is for. And calling calling on Matt says that they are the land of black people and disrespecting them. They are in the land of black people and disrespecting them. And I believe she's talking about the Chinese. And it's very true. How dare y'all disrespect the original children of the soil? That is the world we live in, Colin Matt. That is the world we live in. And They can disrespect all they want, but we will learn to take ourselves back, because that's what we need. um all of a sudden, the entire world is demanding love and unity and support and everything from us. So we are one world, but we are a people who have been taught hatred. We are a people who have been abused so much that pain and hatred and emptiness has become like something that lives with us in our communities. So how can you do this to us and expect us to give you love back? But you know what? Because we are the children of Africa, because we are born of the soil, we have it in our hearts, in our souls, to be good, to be kind. But I'm saying, children of Africa all over the world, we must rise. Our awakening will start from our children, and we can teach our children to become strong in the head, to become intelligent in the head. And one, we can teach them acceptance. The awakening will start from our children. If you want to be part of the awakening, please type Ubuntu in the comments, because your responsibility for being part of the awakening is teaching your children the values of Africa, is teaching your children our history, where we come from, is teaching your children the values that our ancestors, incorporated into us, even before the onset of the unfortunate event of slavery and colonization in Africa. Hmm. Something is working. Let me read a few of our comments, people. You are on the Woke Africa show, and this is a show. I'm telling you, I'm on a journey. I am on a journey. I'm on a journey to actually do something about our awakening through education, through all kinds of programs and activities. And nothing is going to stop me. If the ancestors give me strength and give me power, I would never stop talking. So let me read a little bit of the, yes, Clarence. Black love forever. Yes, let me read a little bit of the comments, and we'll okay. So Medina says the black man is original, so we are not colored. Color means to change the appearance of. So in fact, anyone outside the black family is colored. Oh, that was a dunk. Medina, I like that. These are some good comments. But I mean, why the labels? Why the labels? Need some light. Yeah, much better. Why the labels though? Why must we keep labeling? You know, imagine. I always say imagine when the Westerners came to Africa and they realized the kind of intelligence, and they also brought uh, um, their what they know about the world, their side of the world, and invited us to the table for us to unite and be one world and think alike and be powerful together and work together in unison to improve our world, to find other planets, to find, explore the universes and find homes, improve STEM, become one powerful race of humans. Imagine the progress. Imagine the progress we would have made as humanity. Imagine the progress for our ancestors understanding the spiritualities, what it means to communicate with the planet, what it means to communicate with the supreme being, with nature, and whatever they know about their navigation and whatever. That, well, they most of it they learn from Kemetic history books from our ancestors. Imagine where the world would have been. Hold on, guys. I need to set my power before this goes out. Just give me a minute. Okay. I'm grateful. My power is all set, so there's not going to be any accidents. So imagine how powerful we would have become as, a people. Guys, so tell me, what do you think life would have been if when they came to study our ways and appreciated it and brought their knowledge to the table and combined it with our knowledge, our instruments of power, and we became one race, one people, and solved our common problems. Do you think that the world would have been overpopulated by now that they have to depopulate us through their means? Wouldn't Africa have been so, powerful? Wouldn't the world have been so powerful? But what happened? So the labels ain't gonna help nobody, because through these labels they are able to write some people off. Who are you to write a whole continent of people off? Who are you? Anyway, let me just chill, chill up. Let me chill up. I don't want to go off right now because we have to, like, compose. I love my audience. You guys, you're lit. Thank you so much. Um, yeah. So I always say that I don't preach hatred on my channel, and some people find that, why should you justify? No, I have to let this be known, because as a people, we must not harbor those feelings for too long. Because if you keep water in a pot for over a while, it starts to get stinky. It starts to develop stench. That's an adage in our language, in Tree. So it means when you put water in a pot, earthenware pot, for too long, that water can develop stench. So the thing that we consume and we put into our body, it goes to affect us. So if we turn hateful, we will spend our energies focusing on the hatred. How much of that energy are we going to have to focus on building our educational system and scrapping the colonial system of education away? How much energy are we going to put in to raising leaders of Pan-African, backgrounds? How much energy are we going to have left in ensuring that we build our family systems again, our family systems that have been destroyed through colonization? Oh my God, through slavery, families separated, each from her mother, each from his father. A condition that has lingered for so long, for centuries, over 400 years. So some men in our communities do not even value the value, system of family. Through no fault of ours, we have been a people who have been wronged. So, when we say these things, we should, and just keep complaining, and keep being angry. Then what do we, sister? We know what we've been through. We know what they've taken from us. We know our struggles. We know, though our struggles may be different, but the end result is the same. Let me look. The Bible, I'm telling you, is a weapon. And there is something in the Bible that I've taken because I was a Christian. And in the Bible, it says that the wall of Jerusalem was broken down. And when the Jews came and they saw that the walls of Jerusalem was broken down, they wept and they tore their clothes and they put ashes on them, a great sign of mourning, and they mourned because the wall of their God has been broken down. The wall of the city they love so much has been broken down by their enemy, and everything they own has been destroyed. But it says that they mourned for 7 days. Okay? They mourned for 7 days. But after the seventh day, they rose up and they began to rebuild. So, Africa, we've been mourning. We've been mourning our ancestors. We've been feeling their pain. We've been like learning about our history that has been hidden from us. But we must decide how long our mourning process is going to be. We must decide how long this mourning process is going to take. And we must decide and realize that when it's time for us to rise and build, it's time for us to rise and build. Look, there are people who are going to wake up and they'll find themselves in all kinds of bizarre situations. There are people who have awoken right now that are involved with our enemies in all kinds of levels. I'm telling you. But I'm telling you that if you hear the sound of the ancestors calling you, don't let your current situation stop you. Don't let your current situation stop you from doing what the ancestors need you to do. If it means speaking up, if it means talking, contributing to our awakening, coming back to the continent, healing yourself, whatever you need to do, you need to start planning. Do not look at your current situation, because 10 years ago, I can tell you that your life was probably different from how it is now. So when you hear the voice and you want to answer, don't let your current situation stop you, because you know that since the ancestors have called you for a purpose, they will make provision for you. If you believe within your heart that you have to come to the continent and you don't have the resources, keep believing and keep working towards it, because I'm telling you, the ancestors, the Most High, He will make provisions for you to come. Because you know what, brothers and sisters in the diaspora, Africans, look, we have to understand something. Africans in the continent are in a serious slumber. I'm sorry to say this, but the truth is, some of them don't even know, because it's not in our school books, it's not in our storybooks, it's not in our Bible, it's not in anything. This information that you and I have been privileged to, it is not the same on the continent. I'm telling you, not many people on the continent knows about our common struggles and the differences in our struggles and the differences and similarities in our stories. Most of them don't know. So you and I, who knows, we have a responsibility. But the good thing is, you have stayed. I'm talking about our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. You've stayed with our oppressors, so you know their ways. You've suffered directly from our oppressors, so you know their weapons and their tools. You know their systems. You will be the best people to come to Africa and help us rise. I'm telling you. You remember the story of Joseph, right? Joseph was sold by his brothers and sisters. Sorry, his brothers. That is a unique story, because I'm telling you, when the kings and queens realized that our people were being taken to be mistreated in that manner, they stood up and they fought. A history that they will not put down for you to know. A story they won't let you know. But our kings and queens, they fought. They fought the British. They fought the Dutch. Their wars. They just research. There are so many of them. And most of the ones they lost, they don't even record. They fought. I'm telling you, if they tell you that they left you to go and die, I'm telling you, they fought. My own hero, Nanaya Asantua of the Ashanti Kingdom, a woman. When King Osei Tutu was arrested and taken to the island of Seychelles, the Ashanti woman rose up and said, no, If the king is not around and the men in this kingdom will not stand up and fight, I will lead the war. We will take the war to them. And I'm telling you, she fought a war that they don't even want to talk about. It took, she was so fierce that it took these people divide and conquer. They had to get people within the kingdom to betray the queen. So when they were held up and getting ready to go and fight the British, these black people or African people who betrayed Nanaya Asantua went behind her, took bribes from these colonizers, and gave out our secrets. And when Nanaya Asantua saw her soldiers and thought, yes, we have now finally received the backup soldiers that we needed, they ended up betraying her. That was the only time traitors were the only time they could get Nanaya Asantua. She was fierce, I'm telling you. And she never stopped fighting. Our kings and queens never stopped fighting for you guys. I'm telling you. They won't tell you the history. But if you visit, so never let anybody deceive you that they forgot you. They never forgot you. Why did they kings and queens? Ask, just tell me. Why did they have to kill those who were not playing ball? Because those who were not playing ball in the protection of their people. They were fierce in the defense of their people. And thanks to their superior weapons, when they came, we stood no chance against them. But we still fought. The African has always fought. The African has always survived. Because we are people of the soil. I'm on fire today. Because I don't understand why people should be wondering why we are not dying from the coronavirus. Haven't we suffered enough as Africa? Haven't we, people? Haven't we suffered enough as Africa? Let me take a few comments and I'll get back to you. So Miss Teko says America is racist. Mama says yes. Miss Teko says most Americans don't have nationality. Well, that's information. Clarence says Black people are the envy of the world. That is why we are the most hated. Thank you. Because we are resilient. Let me tell you something. I worked in a company and I had a boss. And anytime, they did everything to keep we the Black people under control. And anytime they'll see us laughing and happy, they'll ask, why are you laughing? We're like, should we have a reason to laugh? And they always surprised. Because, if somebody takes everything from you and they expect you to die, they expect you to fall down and stop, and you don't, and they see you smiling, that is the biggest payback, people. So they can't just stand it. They can't stand our happiness. They can't stand, and I'm talking about white supremacists. They can't stand our prosperity. They can't stand that we are alive. And finally, they can't stand that the corona isn't killing us. Let me take a few comments, people, and I'll come back. Okay, Colin Mark said the ancestors have awoken this, so a lot of our people are in warrior mode. Africa must be free. Yes, Africa must be free. but we're going to fight intelligently. Our fight for our awakening, it's it's not about guns, people. It's not about violence. It's about here. We need to rise intellectually, because our forefathers, the warriors of the Kemetic age, they use this. So we must learn their ways and we must improve on them. We must build structures. We must build instruments of power that is for us, that belongs to we Africans. I need to take a few of the comments. Edmond, okay, hold on. Clarence Dunn says the Romans destroyed the walls of Jerusalem. Perfect. That I guess that was what I was trying to say. The example that I was trying to give, that when their walls were destroyed, they wept for 7 days, they mourned, but then they rose up and built again. So now the ancestors is calling us to build. So it's okay for us to complain, and it's okay for us to talk about it. But I think that we should move from talking about it to actually looking at our educational policies, looking our justice systems, looking at, look, Africans all over the continent. Wouldn't you want to come back home? Wouldn't you want us to hold hands, hand in hand, and improve the continent and take our continent back? Wouldn't you look at all this glorious melanin? Look, what is more beautiful than this? Huh. Anyways, think about it seriously, because if you come to the motherland, like, people like me are here to receive you. They talk about, oh, Ghanaians are so hospitable, Ghanaians are so friendly. Do you think it's by accident? The ancestors will choose people to receive her children back. I'm telling you, it's not by accident. Do you think the ancestors awoke people like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, like Dr. Martin Luther King? Do you think they awoke them from their generations by accident? Or do you think it was just by fame? It was that they heard our cries, our blood poured onto the soil. We are a people of the soil. So when our blood is poured down, it speaks volumes. This is powerful. Like, I'm feeling powerful right now. It speaks volumes. Ubuntu. Ubuntu. I am because we are. That is it. So we must rise up and we must reconnect. We must find out. Look, I'm telling you, sometimes it's so painful, because when you look at all these leaders, they were betrayed by the very people they were fighting for. But you know what? This breed of African, this generation of African, don't let us betray our chosen ones. Don't let us betray those who fight for us. For whatever reason makes you think you are high and mighty, does not mean put somebody down. Somebody who has put their lives on the line to sit here and talk to you, to strengthen you for your awakening, for your repatriation, for whatever assignment the ancestors have given us. Do not let your when the ancestors call somebody. Look, there are people who are not on YouTube. There are people that I know who are not on YouTube, but are building African-oriented educational systems in Africa. Look, there are people who must come and talk to energize us. There are those who must use their resources. I'm telling you, there are those who must give to support people like me to be able to afford this thing that I do. So when you are contributing your bits to YouTubers, Pan-Africans, do not feel sad about it. Don't feel like you're giving your money for somebody to spend, because you know what? You are contributing to the awakening of the entire African people around the globe. We have been displaced. We must come back home. We must return to the land and pray to our ancestors once more and improve our science and technology, our education. We have to start identifying our problems and we have to start solving them. The time for the mourning is passing. The time for the grieving is passing. This is time to rebuild Africa, and I'm telling it to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. This is time for us to rise and rebuild. It is time for fathers to realize that you are part of the awakening of the continent. So you must raise your children to understand the values, our value systems. You must research and find out who our ancestors were. You must research and find out how fathers trained up their children to become queens and queens, to become fierce warriors. You must teach your children, give them the right guidance and education. Look, African fathers, you are part of the awakening. You are a very pivotal part of the awakening. You know, let me tell you something. In the Bible, when Mordecai told Esther to go to the king and tell the king that please spare the people of Israel, because the king wanted to kill and destroy every single Jew. Well, white Jews. Every single Jew. The king told Mordecai that, sent a messenger and said, I will destroy your people. I would remove everything that is dear to you. They had some representative in the castle, in the house of the king. And Mordecai went to Esther and said, Esther, you must go to the king and tell the king to spare our people. And when Mordecai went, Esther was like, but it's not my time to go. If the king sees me, he will behead me. It's not my time to go. And Mordecai said something to Esther. He said, if you don't go, if you don't fight for our salvation, the salvation will come. But just know that when the salvation comes, you will not be a part of it. You see, I'm not a Christian. I don't believe in the white Jesus and all that crap. But I'm telling you, there are key stories that I use as, to kind of like, draw strength and to gain understanding in so many things. So, you know what? You see, we judge a lot. We judge a lot. There are brothers and sisters who find themselves in places, conjoined with our colonizers, who can actually cause change, who can effect change. And we judge them because we think, oh, why are you working with the white people? Do you know why the ancestors put people where they're supposed to be? Because sometimes where that person is important for certain things to get done. And my shout goes to Belle Ribeiro Ade, a new MP in the UK, who has the power to be in the UK Parliament, and she's using that time to draw attention to some of the injustice that has been leveled against Africans in her side of the world. Somebody will say, well, if you say you love the black people, why are you trying to get power in their parliament? But if you find yourself in any place that you can contribute to the rise of Africa, do it. It's time for us to rise, people. It is time. We'll be wrapping up soon, but I want to read some of the very good comments that have come in. So, Edmond Armour, hey, welcome to the team. Thank you so much for joining the chat. And he says, great talk there. Thank you. He goes on to say, Africa, I believe strongly, will surely grow, but we need to be more together. He's talking about and help in building our legacy and respect. Thank you. As I said, our rise is inevitable, but I don't subscribe to violence because the only thing they used against us was this. They used this against us. They came, they studied us, they saw the things that moves us, and they realized our relationship with our ancestors. They realized our spirituality was so high, and they needed a way to penetrate us. So guess what they brought? Religion in one hand and a rifle in the other one. So our rising is about using this, looking at our education system, looking at empowering our people, looking at building a system that is independent of their new world order agenda. Realize what our instrument of power is. And I'm telling you, as Dr. Mumbi has been calling on all the spiritual gurus of Africa and the spiritualists of Africa, like, you people, instead of you doing your juju to hurt people, why don't you come together and call on our instruments of power in their possession to rise? You know what? If they're wondering why the coronavirus is not killing us off, they should release our instruments of power back to us. Our artifacts that they stole, they should return it all to us. They should return our artifacts back to Africa. That's what they should do. Our instruments of power. So as told you about my lineage, that I just found out that the house that my mom lives in is actually a royal palace, and it's not a joke. I'll bring you a video. There's the Easter festivities. There's this huge festival in my hometown, my mom's hometown, Kwewum Prayeso. And I'm sure the Ghanaians in the chat knows about Kwewu. It's a big, 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 is big. If you're coming to Ghana, you should definitely attend the Easter festivities. And I'm going to bring you shots of the royal palace and where my mom lives and everything. And you're going to see that these are realities. We are a royal people, and our navel is connected to soil, because in Africa, when we have kids, and I believe your ancestors, you don't understand why your connection to the continent is so key. Your ancestors, and I'm talking to you, yes, you are African American, you are British, African British, you are African, wherever you find yourself as a Black person. Do you know how the placenta of your ancestors were discarded? When they cut the umbilical cord, do you know where your umbilical cord was discarded? Into the earth. Our umbilical cords are buried in the sun, into the earth. So the continuation of you is in here. If your ancestor was taken from the continent, if your ancestor even migrated willingly, I'm telling you that your umbilical cord is buried here. And that umbilical cord will forever connect Africans across the globe. It will forever connect to Africa. Research this. Research this and you would know. Your umbilical cord is buried. So we are people of the soil. Do you think I'm joking? Ubuntu. We are people of the soil. I don't know about other cultures, but in this country, we bury our umbilical cord. Our great grandmothers and grandfathers understood this, that our navel, our umbilical cords must continue with the earth. So they bury it there whilst you're alive. And it's not just burying like going to dump it. There's a whole ritual associated with it. Let me just read a few comments and then we'll be wrapping up very soon. But I need to read comments and let everybody feel welcome and that your views and opinions matter. Um, calling on Matt. Thank you, thank you. She says yes, 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 sister, speak. And then she says that. Sorry, give me a second. She says that. Sorry, give me a second. Okay. So I see there's a conversation going on in the house. Eric Recipe says, Clarence Dan, how are you? Hope all is well. Eric, welcome to the chat. Clarence said, all is well, brother. Okay, they exchanging pleasantries, and then um Eric says, good topic. I'm at work right now, trying to watch and listen while working. Oh, good one, Quasi. Good job, good job. Just pitch in with a comment whenever. And then Claire says, peace, love, and blessings, beautiful black family. Oh, see, the self-love is deep. I'm sure, you know, I do some collabs with brothers and sisters, fellow YouTubers, and I try to be the very best of myself every time I meet my brothers and sisters. And it's because we cannot afford anything else than to love each other. We cannot afford, like, our situation right now. We can afford to do anything else than to love each other, like, to reduce the burden that we carry, by just sharing a smile, by sharing good tidings. That's how we must start with our self-love. So this morning I was teaching my daughter and my niece about the beauty of the black person, because they've already started learning about the white Jesus, and I needed to let them understand that the white Jesus story is fake. And I also had to explain why they shouldn't go and challenge it in school or anywhere, but they should just know, because they're going to get into a lot of problems just trying to challenge their class teacher, you know. So I have to start teaching. Hey, Iman is in the house. Tony, how are you doing? Shout, 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 shout. Um, Iman says the only way they will return our artifacts is if we stop letting them have our resources. Well, say that to the leaders who are allowing it. Say that. I'm telling you that, our awakening has to start from our children, because our current breed, ha, even those who know the situation, they don't have the liberty, because you, who are you to go against all these brotherhoods and all these new world order and all these systems in place, ensuring that African money? Who are you to stand against them? But if we start teaching our children, if we start telling them about who we are, if we start telling them the positions we've held, then they will grow up and start to know and understand what they must do. We are not hurting anybody. rising. We are not hurting anybody by becoming strong. We are not hurting any economy by becoming economically empowered. We are not hurting anyone by loving ourselves. We are not hurting anyone by knowing our history and never forgetting what our race, our people have suffered. We are not hurting anybody. So we must not be apologetic about it. Those times when we didn't know, we made mistakes. Those times where we didn't know, but now that we know how to go forward. We know how to make, push our steps to go forward. If you're new here and please subscribe, and it's important for you to click on the notification bell because we are a very young channel. So if you don't click on the notification bell beside the subscription box, you will not be notified when I post new videos. So please remember to subscribe and click the notification bell, the one on the top. When you click the bell, 3 bells will display. Please click the one on the top so that as soon as I post a video, you are first to know. So let me read a few more comments. Evelyn, hey Evelyn, welcome. It says there is nothing more we can say without repeating ourselves. We must now take action. Yes. Thank you, Evelyn. Because that's what, that that is what is so dear to me. When when I get judged by sisters or by brothers who don't know my story, who don't know where I've been, who don't know my experience, mistakes in my life. But I know that our awakening requires work. It doesn't just require talking. Like we can talk and talk and talk and talk. But at the end of the day, you are an African and you have resources. Are you thinking the opportunities that await you in the motherland? The Chinese are planning to dump 300 million of their people in Africa, and they've already started. Look at East Africa. East Africa is overtaken by Chinese, whilst our own brothers and sisters, they are just not coming. The year of return has been launched. The Joseph Project was launched. Dr. Nkrumah did all that he could to unite the diaspora in the entire African continent. The Joseph Project by Ghana, the year of return by Ghana. Like it just goes on and on and on. Now, Dr. Arikana, Chiombori Arikana has risen. She's one of the ancients. I mean, when you see the ancients, they have a signature. When you see the risen ancestors, they don't have to come in their old faces. They can come as your brother, your sister. They can even come as somebody may be sleeping in a slumber and not know that there is a great person living in them. But that is how they do it. They conceal you till you're ready. Someone, calling on Mama says Ghana has the most Chinese, around 700,000. Well, I don't know about that figure, but if you go to some countries in East Africa, they actually have branded everything in the country. Branded everything. So as for that, I don't know that Ghana has the most Chinese people, but it's something that we have to look at. But look, it's not even about Ghana or about any other country. It's about the fact that we are calling our brothers and sisters to be the ones to come and help us build and rise. Because if you come back, who are they to come and there won't be space for them to come and take? If we have the right people in leadership, who is going to come and take our land? I'm telling you, like, we need to, like, bring out the new breed. Calling on Matt. I'm telling you, we need to bring out the new breed of Africa. I want to see other African countries call our brothers and sisters home. It's not just about Ghana. There's so many other countries in Africa that our brothers and sisters can go. And we can have a network and we can work together. We can launch our satellites. We can do whatever we have to do. The Black people, Black community around the world rise. I have enjoyed our session so much today. Like, all of you guys, shouts to you. And thank you so much for supporting this channel. As I'm telling you, we are a young channel. So please, if you do not subscribe, when I post amazing, awesome videos, you will not be notified. So please subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll be notified. Colin Mamat says, my daughter is planning to open up a mental health facility in Congo. Wow. Please tell her that I applaud her. See, we need this. When you bring your skill set back home with your awakened mentality, imagine we establish all these African-oriented schools and nobody will attend their British curriculum schools. Would it not be the empowerment that we seek? Right now, some of us are awake. We wish we could take our kids to these schools, but these schools are just now starting. But thanks to God, there are such schools starting up in Ghana. We're hoping in the next 5 years we would have such schools that we can take our children to the African-oriented, schools. See, calling on Mamat's daughter is planning to open a mental health facility in the Congo, and that is amazing. Imagine you come back to Africa and you're healing. You are on the healing trend, and then you have mental health facilities you can also go to help assess you. Look, there are people on the continent who need this kind of support. So if you have skills, if you have, like, I'm telling you, some of your children are going to be the next generation, the next leaders who are not going to lock themselves in all these brotherhoods because of greed and would take look. I'm telling you, somebody gave me a prophecy today. The person said there's going to be about 20 more of Nkrumah, of Martin Luther King, of Patrice Lumumba, of Malcolm X, 20 more who are going to rise, and Africa will have no choice but to rise. So the rising will come, but Black people, are we going to take the lead this time? You see, if you're still hanging on all the bad things they said about Africa, ask yourself the question, why are they coming in droves? Why are they coming? When the plane lands, you see the white people just entering. Why are they coming if it's that bad down here? Oh, brothers and sisters, our African American brothers and sisters, let me appeal to your good side. Please start thinking of returning. Okay? Right now, the system is not perfect. I'm not going to tell you that the system is perfect. It's not perfect. You might not even like the customer service because, damn, everybody is doing what they can. But you might be a customer service expert and you are using your skills to progress and develop the country of your oppressor. Why not come down to Africa where your skills are needed most, will be respected most, and come and impart knowledge? I'm telling you, there are certain trainings and educations that you will not even find on the continent. If you want to be a pilot, you have to go to New Zealand. You have to. There are all kinds of institutions that are not available to the people on the continent. How can we rise? I'm a sci-fi person, and I'm so interested in the, astrology and astrophysics and, interplanetary systems and, all of that. And I look at the observatories that these people build. I look at the microscopes that they build. I look at the antennas. How do you call them? Um, Sorry, I forgot the name. But I look at the equipment that they build. You know, and I just ask myself, are we not gonna have enough? Can't we have enough astrologists, astrophysicists? Can't we have our own skilled people on the continent if we come down here and build institutions and train? Look, Africans are so intelligent with the little resources we have. Hey, I'm telling you, even in our slumber, people are doing wonders on the continent. Oh, you will come here thinking that Africans are so stupid as they show. You will find that the local people, they're very, very, very smart. So imagine we have all these resources. Can we not look for planets? Can we not, when the push comes to shove and they develop their technology and the asteroid is coming to destroy this planet, can we not move our own people? Can we not find another home? We are the people of the universe. Can we not find another home? Why have we left science and technology, the very key thing that can destroy us? Why have we forgotten about it and left it in the hands of our oppressors? Why? Can we not be spiritual and be scientifically advanced at the same time? Let me read a few comments. Um, Bellamy, thank you so much. Evelyn, yeah, Evelyn Bellamy. I'm sorry, Evelyn, Evelyn Bellamy. Thank you very much for the shout. Calling on Matt. I just want to see these other countries welcome us back home. It doesn't matter, sis. It doesn't matter if it's just Ghana. It doesn't matter if it's just the Gambia. It doesn't matter if it's just Nigeria. Look, there must be an entry point. And as we continue to speak, we continue to talk. Look, the return, when you guys return to come back home, the earth itself will make a way for you guys. Like, you will come back. This is your own. Don't even wait for another country to invite you. Hey, do we invite the white people to come? Do we invite the Chinese to come? They come and they do everything they can to take a piece. Africa is your birthright. Africa is your my brothers and sisters. Hey, hey. Hmm. They have brainwashed you that we don't want you here. Huh. We want you, Papa. We want you, Pa. We want you back. Pa, we want you back. That's the breaking news. We want you, Pa, back here. Hold on. Charles Frimpong. Hey, Charles, welcome. He says, I have give I have give you so much. Okay, I've given you so much respect. You're awesome. Oh, Charles, we must all do what we have to do because you know what? Our children cannot die in troves of malaria anymore. Kylie, can you bring me tissue, please? Yeah, the team. Okay, bring me. We cannot. Our awakening must come with scientific advancement as well. No, 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 Kylie. Our awakening must come with scientific advancement as well. Sorry, I needed to check on my power. It's working. Our awakening must come with scientific advancement as well. So thank you, Charles. Calling on Matt. We have them. We just didn't have the technology. I'm telling you. But you see, now we know. Now we can make our own technology. Now we have scientists, we have engineers. Our brothers and sisters, our ancestors who were taken as slaves built the, freaking American continent. So we can build Africa. We can build Africa. I'm telling you, we can build Africa by ourselves and maybe even do it better and maybe even have better systems in place. I'm telling you, like, I'm so fired up this evening. You have no idea. We can do it better. Colin and Matt said, we have them, just we don't have the technology. Yes, we will have it if we decide we want to. I will not wait, but some of our people are waiting. Please, do not wait. You see, do not wait. Africa, we are the only continent. We are the only ones who do not cherish what we have. It's just us. But that should not be our story anymore. That should not be. Thank you for all the people tuning in. Thank you so much. I do appreciate my time with you. You see, some of these things must be said. We must learn to say some of these things. So please, if you're watching, if you think this will benefit a sister or brother, share this video. Please share this video. Because we have to talk. Like right now in this conversation, I believe you know somebody who must hear this. I believe you know somebody who may have questions. I believe you know somebody who even would want to hear it from a local African on the continent. So just to find out if this is real, if this is true. Did I also tell you that there's free land? The Save Woman Traditional Council is offering free land. So you can go to thatsavewoman.com and you will find free land. You can fill the application and access it. It's not just them. I hear other traditional councils are also offering free land. Like there is something serious going on. So people and I'm coming in a minute. We'll talk about the cathedral that is going to be built in Accra, and I'll give you a revelation about that. Just hold on. Okay. Evelyn says we shouldn't have to be invited home. We shouldn't have to be invited home. Africa is our inheritance through our ancestors. On point. We must claim our inheritance and lift up the ancestors. Oh, this is so glorious, Evelyn. This is glorious. This very statement. Look, African Americans. I always start with African Americans, not because I don't recognize other Africans in the diaspora, but it's like they are the largest collection of Africans outside the continent. And so you start with them, but it goes to all other Africans, those in the Caribbean, there are Africans who don't even know that they originated from the continent. I'm telling you. Thank you. Hotep Ma. Welcome, Hotep Ma. And she says that there are reasons we are being called home. There is. I'm telling you, why not the 17th century? Why not even why not why now? Why now? There are reasons. So please, I know like our people must hear this. And this this conversation seems to be going on over and over and over again, but I must have this conversation over and over again because we must touch some chords in your heart. We must, hit some high notes in your heart. If you're listening to me and you are here, this message is for you. Ancestors are calling you back home. Come with your business ideas, come with your skills. Let Africa be a fresh start for you. If there's anything you are involved in, as an African, cleanse yourself, come back to the continent, establish here, immerse yourself, come back and acquire the DNA of the continent all over again, baptize yourself again, and reconnect your roots to the ancestors. And I'm telling you that your victory will be amazing because you know what? Your children will never ever have to code switch. Your children will never ever have to be gunned down because of the color of their skin. Your children will have the economic freedom to develop. If we are serious about our awakening and it's not just talk, we're fixing to be the most powerful. The most powerful. This is what they have feared the whole time, our rise. So we must not tally. We must not tally. At this point, I'd like to say a very big thank you to everybody that has been on this live stream. I want to congratulate you and congratulate the channel because this is the biggest set of participants we've had in a live stream, and I really do appreciate you. Um, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I can actually do live streams on my phone. So it will be easier for me to come to you with live streams. So our live streams wouldn't have to be this long. Currently, I have to go through all of these processes to bring you live stream because I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. So that's why I'm asking for your help to share our videos and help us get 1,000 subscribers because we have like 12 people in house right now. So if all of you like kind of share this video and ask people to come on board and subscribe, I believe that the channel will progress. Because for me to come to you and serve you better, we need to have subscribers. Well, as for monetization, it's going to take a while because I think we would need about 4,000 watch hours before we get monetized. So as I'm talking to you, um, I'm going to do my very best to bring you such live, shows and do what I have to do to like keep the content going because it's not about money really. It's about the awakening. For me, I don't know about other YouTubers, but I believe they're also here for the awakening. But you never know. But I'm just telling you that for me, I'm serious about the awakening. I'm serious about my brothers and sisters returning to the continent. So it's not gonna be a 9-day wonder. It's not gonna be a joke. This is not a joke for me. Like we're going to continue to do this. And I believe through this show, some of you will come to Africa and you will come and do great, amazing things for the continent. And please, if you do, let me know. I really want to hear about your stories. I really want to hear about your stories. Okay? Because I want to continue to encourage you. Look, I'm telling you, you don't have to know me. You don't have to know me for me to be kind to you as a brother or as a hand of help to you. Please don't start thinking I need anything from you. Don't start thinking I want something from you. That's why I'm asking you to come around, or I'm asking you, do you need help? Do you need anything? I believe I have a calling and nothing will stop me. Okay, so Hotep Ma says, can you share the info of the of the free land. Okay, yes, I'm going to um oh Colin Matt, thank you so much for that compliment. Thank you so much. Thank you. Um okay, so I just posted it. Let me see, let me click it and see if it's the right I'm checking if it's the right website, www.asabeman.com. Okay, yes. Yes, please. The website address is correct. asabeman.com. So once you go to the Asabeman website, you will see the Pan-African Village Project, Asabe Traditional Council Area, Ghana, Uniting Africa and Restoring Africans. So you can click on the Pan-African. Yeah, there's when you check the Pan-African Village Project, when you click on it, there's opportunity, there's criteria, there's application form. So I'm clicking the form to see. Um, okay, so before you submit the form, learn about the Pan-African Village Project. So it is there. Please, it is there. This is real, people. There is a form. Hey, this is real. There is a form. Wow, I'm busy, guys. So this is real. Like, you guys, you should go to the website and check it out. There's the forms. It's serious. This is serious. So Ghana is offering free land. No, this is serious. Hotepma says, "Wow, this is an amazing time." Oh, okay. She removed it. You're welcome. You're welcome. But I loved your latest comment. You removed it. Yes, it's amazing. It's there. So check it out, people. Um, so this is where we draw the curtains tonight. So please like the video. Please share the video and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Subscribe to the channel because a lot more amazing things will come. And in my next and help you navigate the Asabeman website for those who are interested. So I think I would announce my next live session early on so people can prepare and join us. And so thank you so much for the amazing time. Okay, so this is an amazing time to be in. We love and appreciate you. Big up from Canada. Hey, this is you, Hotepma. You are my first participant from Canada. Thank you so much. Thank you. And before I go, so we have a Global Black Family, a WhatsApp page where we talk, about things that are important to us. If you want to return to the continent, if you have a project idea and you want to discuss and stuff like that, Hey, yeah, yo, Z is from Germany. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm enjoying this. Like, yes, I'm happy. Please let me know where you're chatting from. Let me know where you're watching from. Guys, yo, yo, Z, welcome. And Hotepma, I'm so grateful. So, as I was saying, if you want to be part of our Global Black Family WhatsApp page, I'm going to put my email address. I'm typing it right now. So it's thewokeafricashow at gmail.com. Just email me and tell me what you're looking for. Do you have a project that you want to undertake on the continent? Let me know. Are you just looking for a social group where you can talk to like-minded people and have discussions about the awakening and all that? Please let me know. WhatsApp map, you would have to send me an email. Yeah, you'd have to send me an email. The reason why you have to send me an email is that I need to have proof that you've requested to join the group. So that yay! Yes, it's in the house. Yes, 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 yes. African women supporting African women. Welcome. Yes, I love you so much, and I hope you know, guys. Like I'm always starstruck or something when I see ES, and the love is so deep. The love is so deep. I really cherish ES for the step that she's taken, sis. I love you. I love you. I can't even hide my excitement. Yes, you're such a phenomenal woman. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So much. Hey, the love is deep. Yeah. So, hey guys, you can say hi to ES. ES is in the house. Eat love migrate. So you can say hi to her. She's another ancient one, leading the path to the motherland. And I appreciate her so much. But I can't wait to show it to her. I hope I have the opportunity. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, it feels so good when, children of the motherland meet, unite with one heart, one mind, and are doing the same thing. Yes, Hotepma, I love her channel too. I appreciate her so much, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. She's one of my heroes, and I think that she deserves the accolade, the praise. So sister, just take it all in, take it all in. Thank you, yes. Thank you so much. So um family, as I was saying, my email address is there. If you want to join our Global Black family, it's a WhatsApp chat. We have a social one and a project one. If you want to go in, come and do something, and you need guidance, you need to know what to do when you come, how to acquire land, and all those things. There are people who have the knowledge to help and assist you. You know, if you want a social group where you can chat and meet amazing people. Okay, great, 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 great African Americans, British Africans, people, women and men from all walks of life. We have the social platform. So check my email and send me an email, and I'm definitely, definitely gonna add you. Cause I was about to go by ES. You have come and you've just sparked my energy over the top. So thank you for passing through, sister. We kind of like really, really appreciate you. I'm just waiting for the day you subscribe. Yes, I'm telling you. I'm just waiting for the day you subscribe. I'm gonna have a party that day. Yes, because like you are just the type, of women that I want to be around with. Yes. So I think if you just joined us, what we've been talking about is why people are angry or are shocked or don't understand why we are not dying from the coronavirus. And yes, we've been talking about it. We've talked about the fact that they have forgotten that all the diseases they threw at us and told us that we were a diseased continent. We have built such an immune system that is so tough and robust that it will get to a point nothing they throw at us will work again. We were talking about the fact that the fact that Black people all around the globe are not getting infected with this disease. The ancestors have woken up, they have risen, and they are going, they're surveying, they are watching over the Black people of this world, and they are like, planning, and they are effecting. You don't understand. Like, don't you see how all of a sudden the stone circles in Africa is getting attention? You saw on Dr. Mumbi's show how these Muzungus came to sleep in the middle of the stone circles on the night that of the millennium, the last day of the millennium. Like, they came to sleep in the stone circle. How they have used our instruments of power, our artifacts, our instruments of power, how they've stolen it, kept it, and progressed, prospered with our instruments of power. And now those instruments of power, hey, they are talking. Hey! They're wondering why we're not dying. They should return our artifacts. I hear they've started returning them. They should bring all of it back. The ancestors are awake, I'm telling you. And they are strong. See, we are people of the soil. We are a people of the soil. And ES is in the house. And I bet she has come to find out how she can contribute to this. How we dispose of the umbilical cord of every child that is born. Our umbilical cords return right to the soil. The continuation of our birth. When I say we are a people of the soil, I'm not kidding. Because our umbilical cord, our placenta, is buried right back to the soil. So you may think that you are in the US, you are in America. So why, if we say the ancestors are protecting Africa, why are people in the US and not getting it? Look, you are connected through your ancestors and connected to the land of Africa, through their umbilical cord. Their DNA that is running in you has a connection to the soil, to the earth. So it doesn't matter if you've lived in America for 100 years. Corona will not touch you. This is proof that you must come back. You must come back to the soil. See, come and make yourself dirty, because out of the dirt, out of the ashes, we will rise like the phoenix. Hey! Out of the soil, we will rise like the phoenix. Except that this phoenix is all powerful and has all kinds of color. Hey! Ah, I am so excited. Family, the rise of Africa is inevitable. You've got skills. You've got mad skills. You built an entire most powerful continent, the most powerful nation on earth. We built it. Our ancestors built it. It doesn't matter if you're okay. Let me ask, do you think our ancestors, those who were taken on the boats and sent to the Americas and to the Caribbean and to Cuba and all those places to become slaves, do you think they are not my ancestors too? Ha! Do you think they are not my ancestors too? They are my ancestors too. So we share a common bond. I might not have experienced slavery. I might not have experienced racism, but I have experienced colonialism. And it's worse because what they did was to break us. When they took our ancestors away, they didn't let the continent prosper. They broke us. Our dignity, everything they took away from us. So we share a common bond because our umbilical cord is in the soil. Mother Nature, Gaia, is the custodian of our umbilical cord. The continuation of our spirits is in the African soil. So hey, please, 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 please. Let us start building self-love. Look, people don't know. People think because of social media, they will put other people down just to get ratings and all that. But I'm telling you, the second breed, the new breed of Africa, is powerful, is connected, is united. If you don't find yourself in that energy, hey, you need to question your motives. Because the new breed of Africa, we support each other. Oh, the new breed of Africa, we are powerful. And that new breed of Africa is being created. You don't know. All the sleeping children of Africa will be awoken. I'm telling you, because I can tell you that a few years ago, I was as asleep as possible. I was in my slumber as possible. The Jewa of today is not the Jewa of 3 years ago. So if they could awaken me, they will awaken more. Yes, power. If they can awaken me, they can awaken more. That is why you don't joke. I said this before and I'll say you don't joke with people who respond to the call. Because be careful. You have to be careful. You don't joke with people who respond to the call. Because the ancestors guard them jealously. Those who are part of the awakening, the ancestors, they guard them jealously. I'm telling you. You know, in the Christian religion, they said, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. Do you think that is different? That is not different from our awakening. It's not different. You have to support us. You have to support us. Because look, as I'm sitting here and encouraging you and giving you power, this very technology I'm using doesn't belong to us. It belongs to them. So sometimes you think, what am I going to suffer from what I'm doing? You know, it's a risk. It's a risk that we take. So when you see brothers and sisters coming out there giving you the power that you need to make the move to the continent, to rise up and wake up to the times, to start investing in the continent, to join hands for us to rise. You need to support us because the Africans who gave up our, kings and queens who fought to defend us, the Africans who became traitors, well, their time has come because the continent will rise and they will not be part of it. This awakening is, support a brother, support a sister, say something nice. If there's nothing at all you can do, you can say something nice to a brother or a sister. You can empower somebody. It doesn't take money. So let us join hands together. Let's unite in our quest to return to the motherland. Again, I want to respect our YouTubers. I want to respect okay, yeah, Yayo from Canada, Bellamy, sorry, Evelyn. Evelyn says yes, I love Africa. I love my people. Together we are one. bless you for that. May the Most High bless you and make this true for all of us. Yayozi says, I got 5 months more left. I'm already in Africa. Teach. Okay. Yayo, I didn't get that. Are you coming to Africa in 5 months to teach? That is fantastic. We are all going to give our best. We need people in STEM. STEM. We need people in STEM. If you don't know how to maneuver, get in touch. Okay, I've put my email address. Scroll up, get in touch. Okay, let me put it here again. Get in touch. If you really have something to offer in terms of STEM, get in touch and I'll connect you. Just send me an email. I've shared my email again. Just send me an email and I'll get you in touch. Our sister ES is an amazing person. She's been through a lot, but I think that ES can also help a lot of people. So, kind of like, for example, if you want to know the cost of living, she did a video recent, I think, some time back. I think ES has a video about the cost of living in Ghana. So, tips like this will help you. She's helping a lot of people through some of her videos that talks about yes, five more months to come to the continent. I was just thinking, but hurry on and come. I got five months left in Germany. I'm on my my okay, I'm on my mind already on the continent. Okay, I get it. I get it. Yes, so you can check Eat Love Migrate channel. She's got interesting videos that will teach you a lot of things that you need to know about the continent, about resettling. And it's not about how do you call it? You see, there's a lot that has changed about the African culture, but then you would also find the original culture. If you move outside of Accra, you would find a lot about the culture that still exists, that has been still preserved. When I was telling you about my royal lineage, I just found out. I didn't even know that I was from a royal bloodline. I didn't know. I had no idea. It was when I decided it's time for me to pray to my ancestors. So I went to my mom and I started asking her, where are we from? Who are my ancestors? And then she started to tell us the story. I've always known that we had some royal people in my family, but I didn't know it was like directly in my line. So when my mom started to tell us about our royal, our about our aunts and aunties who were queens and who were royals, and I followed the lineage. Yes, yes. I just found out last week that the house that my mom lives in is actually um a royal house that my great uncle, who was the king of Obome, built that house, and that's where he settled issues in the community. He practically lived there. So I'm sure there are so many Ghanaians who don't even know their lineage. They don't even know. I didn't know. I didn't think of myself as anybody special until like about 2 weeks ago. We started thinking about my sister and I. We started, like, my sister also recently got woke. So we talk a lot. We talk a lot. And I found out. And so now I know I can. Yeah. 2 weeks ago. I didn't even know. Like, I found out 2 months ago that I was actually 3 years younger because, like, my mom, she lost our birth cert So I had always thought I was born in 81, but I found out about 2 months ago that I was actually born in 83. So I'm finding out things about myself. Okay, so yes, I happen to be like 3 years younger. Because if I look at the month in which I was born, I happen to be 3 years younger. I should write a book, right? Yes, I should. Because like that sometimes it's just funny. But it's the same thing. Like if you come to the continent, you will find out, yes, tell me if I'm wrong. You will find out so many things about yourself that you didn't think you had the strength to do. Like you will start to get to know about a new you. Okay? You start to get to know about a new you. And that's the joy of being amongst people like you. That's the joy of being amongst people like, can you hear the laughter? That's my daughter and my niece. Let me tell you something. In Africa, we take care of each other. This girl who lives with me, her mother has 14 children and she's like struggling already. So my mom calls me and said, Ejewa, I see a girl and she's just like you when you were younger, so intelligent, so smart. But if you don't help her out, she will just grow up and get pregnant and her life will just go to waste. So she tells me this, and I drive, I take my car and go, and I talk to the parents of this girl because my mom has been having conversations with her parents already, and I take her and I bring her home, and just if you can hear the laughter and the joy, they play, they enjoy. I'm paying her education through school and paying for my daughter as well. And I do it with joy because that is one life saved. That is one more person who is never going to beg for food. Africa, we can do it ourselves. We don't need the West to do anything for us. We can do this ourselves. If you're new here on the channel, please, please, please kindly subscribe. We're having a conversation, This channel, as I told you from the beginning, is always about having conversations, talking about what is important to us as African people who live with people like that who are not their children. It's not slavery. Like I hear the West talk about, hello, Mrs. Nate. Hello. Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh, thank you, sisters. Eat love my great. It's like, oh, this is a dream. Thank you, sister, for being part of this conversation. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Colin Mamat, you've been phenomenal. Edmund, you've been phenomenal. Like you guys, you're amazing. Tasha is in the house. Yes. Sisters are in the house. Yay. I feel so strong now. Yes. Yes. I got my sisters in the house. I got my sisters in the house. I got my sisters in the house. Today is their International Women's Day. So like guys, Edmund, Clarence, and you guys, you have to understand, like, yeah. So sisters, like we've been on. Thank you, Edmund. Edmund Edmund says that they're here for us. Thank you so much. Okay. So we have the African sons in the house. So it's not just us women. But yeah, I just can't wait to yes, I can't wait for the day that we have our time. Because anyways, guys, we've been going at it for 2 hours now. I think this is going to be the lengthiest video I've ever made because damn, excuse my mouth. But there are things that we need to talk about. Yes. Yes. So Edmund, that's it's love my great female. Yes. You oh that's amazing. I love this. Yes, we've been at it for 2 hours, sis. 2 hours, and it feels like 20 minutes. Yes, we've been going at it for 2 hours, and it feels like it's because it's amazing. You guys are amazing. You guys are great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Imagine I was here talking alone and there was nobody there. I would have done 10 minutes. But thank you guys. You're amazing because we've been hitting on all the chords. World today. Hey, the Netherlands is in the house. I'm telling you, the Netherlands is in the house. World today. Welcome. So, yes, please, you can rewatch this because there's been some powerful conversations that has gone on, and it's been 2 hours, as I said. So, I'm gonna have to draw the curtains. Yes, the Netherlands is here. So this is amazing. Like ES is gonna have to teach me how to navigate Patron because like I should be able to have start building that family. So I'm going to talk to ES. Oh, yes, 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 yes. The energy is crazy. The energy is crazy. Okay, Edmond said, I'll be sending you Attila Migrate at the Woke Africa show concerning the charity project in the north. Yay! Send me. I want to know. I want to know. Oh, thank you so much. Calling on Matt. Thank you so much. So I'm going to talk to my sister, and I know she's going to navigate me through this. Because, yes, like I'm stuck on you. Like I'm your sister for life. I'm telling you. Because, first of all, I chanced on your channel. Then I started watching you. Then I started believing in your vision. Then I started respecting you. Then I started to love what you stand for. And so it's love born out of respect for you and for your path. So yeah, so that's how it's going to be. And hey guys, if you ever come to the continent, please email me, email anybody, okay? Don't come and go alone. Oh, yes, thank you so much. You see, I'm reading your comments and my head keeps getting bigger and bigger. And like on a more serious note, um, yes, um, I know your name. I know your Ghanaian name. I think it's Bonsu. I forgot the first name, but is it Ajua Bonsu or I will remember. But I think that you are doing an amazing job. What you're doing is phenomenal. Like I'm actually building with natural materials because I have the opportunity to build my own very house. Ekwabunsi, yeah. Mrs. Nate. Ah, Tasha, you're amazing too. You're amazing too. I'm thinking of using natural materials for my house. And that is the revolution that you've sparked. Yes. That's the revolution that you sparked. We looking within. Look, you may think that supporting ES is not everybody who will come on YouTube, and that's understandable, but everybody has a part to play. Even you know, as much as training your children to become Pan Africanists is significant, teaching your children about who we are is significant, you know. Um, So what ES is doing is phenomenal, and it's not like I'm not over bloating what she's doing, but you don't understand. If you're a traveler, I went to live in the UAE for a while in my travels, and that is the when I felt so homesick. I felt so homesick because my tongue had to turn every time I spoke. And as a human being, if that happens to you, like I never felt at home. I never, 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 never. Oh yes. So for ES to come to Africa, and she didn't come and live in Accra and go to shopping, and she's like took her shoes off, okay, and put her hands in the dirt. There is not much respect. There's no more respect than that. Like, okay. Yes. I think I think so. And so that's why I say the things I say about her. And I think we must all like appreciate everybody, each other. And I love you all, sisters, from Canada, from Netherlands, from Ghana, from the US, from places that you've not told us about. We're grateful. From offices, from homes, from wherever, you know, from cold situations, from hot situations, from like, I appreciate all of you guys and I thank you so much. Please continue to remember the Ubuntu spirit is the spirit that networks all of us as Africans. Please, when you wake up, pray to your ancestors, find out who they are, call on to them, and tell them to harness the creative force of the universe and work with Gaia, the planet Earth, through wind, water, through the four elements to fight for you in everything that you do. Okay? That's how you pray. And tell them to bring about the awakening of Africa and the rise of Africa. Thank you so much. Thank you. And yeah. Oh, Itlam, my great. We love you back. We love you back. And Ubuntu continues to guide us. Well, today say I like the initial video you made cautioning people about the coronavirus. Yes, we must all be part of the solution. So thank you so much. This is where I draw the curtains. I love you guys. If you haven't watched from the beginning, please take time and watch it again. Please share it if you find any substance. And please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Let's grow this channel so that I can come to you easily with my live shows. Thank you so much. Bless you. And may the ancestors and the universe and the creative force of universe, the most high, continue to guide and protect you from any kind of disease that will kill us. Bless you and stay powerful. Stay powerful. Mwah. It is love. Ubuntu. I am because we are.